Welcome to this channel. Today we are going to explore Morbi District, Gujarat State, the ceramics capital of India, part 2. Before we go into the video, please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Now we go into the video. Despite being highly urbanized and universally recognized for its massive factories, agriculture remains a vital economic backbone for a significant portion of Morbi's rural population. The primary cash crops grown in the region are cotton, groundnut, and sesame, which thrive in the semi-arid climate and typical black soil found across Saurashtra. Farmers here rely on a mix of traditional knowledge and modern irrigation networks, including water supplied via the irrigation, drip, and sprinkler systems, to conserve water given the region's historical vulnerability to drought. Morbi is a powerhouse of domestic and international trade, serving as India's premier logistics hub for industrial surfaces and sanitary ware. The district accounts for up to 90% of India's total ceramic exports, feeding rapidly growing markets across the Middle East, Africa, Europe, and North America. Local trading houses operate with deep networks, moving thousands of containers daily toward nearby deep water ports like Gondla, Mundra, and Naulaki. The commerce ecosystem is highly organized under the Morbi Ceramic Manufacturers Association, which strictly coordinates market trends, domestic distributor networks, and global trade fairs. The entrepreneurial energy of Morbi is famous worldwide, characterized by closely held family businesses that have scaled into multi-million dollar multinational conglomerates. Capital investment in the region is heavy, particularly in continuous automated roller from Europe. However, investing or operating here requires navigating dynamic structural challenges. For instance, the recent geopolitical friction in the Middle East disrupted international propane and LPG supplies, forcing heavy capital recalculations, a temporary industry shutdown, and a major strategic pivot toward domestic piped natural gas (PNG) networks. Businesses in Morbi operate under the tight regulatory framework of the Gujarat State government, which enforces stringent norms regarding industrial zoning, goods and services tax (GST) compliance, and corporate taxation. On the labor front, factories are bound by industrial safety acts, though labor unions and environmental groups continuously push for stricter enforcement regarding occupational hazards like silicosis, a chronic lung disease caused by the inhalation of fine silica dust in the factories. For Residential and Urban Development Act, where strict deemed permission clauses safeguard citizens if local municipal corporations fail to respond to building approval applications within a statutory 3-month window. The sheer volume of cargo moving in and out of Morbi requires highly specialized and heavy duty infrastructure which is heavily anchored by road networks connecting directly to National Highway 8A. While the district is fundamentally tied to the massive maritime exit points at Mundra and Kandla ports for exports, its internal road infrastructure experiences massive wear and tear from heavy container tracks, occasionally forcing the newly formed Morbi Municipal Corporation to issue strict notices against local road construction contractors for premature road damage during monsoon seasons. The rail network is also highly critical, utilizing broad gauge lines to transport heavy raw materials such as clay, quartz, and feldspar from mining zones in Rajasthan and other parts of Gujarat. As a high turnover industrial district, Morbi has an exceptionally dense and sophisticated banking infrastructure featuring branches of every major public, private, and cooperative bank in India. The local commercial economy operates largely on formal banking channels, handling extensive lines of credit (LC), facilities for international shipments, and high value digital transfers. However, due to recent supply shocks and sudden overhead increases, manufacturing associations have widely implemented a strict cash and carry policy requiring 10% advance payments from dealers to maintain cash liquidity against soaring fuel bills. While Morbi is primarily a commercial destination, it offers a well developed spectrum of accommodations designed to cater to visiting international buyers, domestic suppliers, and corporate executives. The city boasts multiple modern business hotels offering premier amenities like high-speed Wi-Fi conference rooms, multi-cuisine restaurants, and airport shuttle services. For budget conscious corporate travelers and field engineers, there are numerous semi luxury lodges and guest houses concentrated heavily around the industrial stretches of the Morbi Halwad and Morbi Jagpar highways. Acquiring a local SIM card is a straightforward process for both domestic visitors and international business travelers, with major telecommunication providers like Reliance Jio, Bharti Airtel, and Vodafone Idea maintaining corporate stores throughout Morbi city. For an Indian citizen, a biometric verification using an Aadhaar card activates a new prepaid or postpaid number within a couple of hours. International travelers might visit an authorized flagship outlet and present their original passport, a valid Indian visa, a passport sized photograph, and proof of local accommodation to secure an active connection. The social fabric of Morbi is deeply traditional, deeply rooted in Gujarat culture, which calls for respectful dress and behavioral etiquette from outsiders. In formal business meetings and factory visits, formal or smart casual Western clothing is entirely standard and widely accepted for all genders. However, when visiting local residential areas, temples, or historic sites, it is highly recommended to dress conservatively, ensuring shoulders and knees are fully covered. Giving or receiving items with the right hand is considered polite, and removing shoes before entering local home or a place of worship is a mandatory mark of respect. The culinary landscape of Morbi is overwhelmingly vegetarian, dominated by the classic wholesome Gujarati thali, which offers an assortment of rotli, flat breads, dal, rice, and specialized vegetable curries, cooked with a characteristic hint of sweetness. For quick meals during a frantic business day, local street food staples like common dokla, fafda, jalebi, and katia are incredibly popular and paired with heavy amounts of sweet, spices, spiced milk tea, chal. Because Gujarat is a strictly dry state, alcohol is legally prohibited. However, the consumption of chash, buttermilk, is a daily dietary norm used to beat the blistering semi arid heat. Navigating Morbi efficiently requires a solid understanding of its industrial geography as factories sprawl over tens of kilometers outside the core city limits. Hiring a private taxi for the day or utilizing ride hailing services is by far the most efficient way for professionals to travel between industrial clusters on the Jetpar or Wankanar roads. For quick, short distance commutes inside the chaotic city center, local auto rickshaws are cheap and highly abundant, though visitors should ideally negotiate fares beforehand or request the driver to use a digital meter application if available. Do's and don'ts. Do carry a continuous supply of bottled drinking water and wear protective face masks when touring older factory floors to safeguard against ambient industrial dust. Do respect the local prohibition laws. If you are an international traveler or out of state visitor, ensure you obtain an official liquor permit online before attempting to buy or consume alcohol at designated hotels. Don't expect businesses or factories to operate at full capacity during major regional festivals like Diwali, as the entire district traditionally shuts down for an extended period to allow migrant workers to visit their home states. Don't carry out unscheduled drone photography or sensitive videography near industrial plants without explicitly securing written permission from factory management due to strict or corporate privacy policies. International business clients and technical experts traveling to Morbi must hold a passport valid for at least 6 months beyond their intended stay, containing at least two blank pages. Travelers must secure an appropriate Indian visa, typically a business visa, e-business visa, or a tourist visa prior to arrival, ensuring that the documented purpose matches their activities on the ground. Additionally, it is highly wise to register with the Foreigners Regional Registration Office FRRO portal if your business trip extends continuously beyond a 180-day window. Planning a productive trip to Morbi requires separating your schedule between industrial meetings and exploring the district's unexpected historical legacy. The ideal time to visit is during the cooler winter months from October to February, completely avoiding the oppressive summer heat and the unpredictable monsoons that disrupt local roads. A balanced 3-day itinerary should dedicate the first 10 days exclusively to exploring factory showrooms along the major industrial corridors and wrap up the final day with a deep dive into the region's royal heritage. Day 1, the ceramic heartlands. Arrive in Morbi, check into your hotel, and spend the day visiting mega tile showrooms and automated sanitary ware factories along the Morbi Halward Highway. Day 2, export logistics and sourcing. Head out toward the Jetpar Road cluster to hold direct negotiations with export managers, inspect quality control labs, and organize shipping logistics with local custom house agents. Day 3, Heritage and Architecture. Shift gears to visit the iconic Mani Mandir, observe the European influenced architecture of the Wellington Secretariat, and explore the bustling local markets for traditional Gujarat textiles. Morbi is generally a safe and welcoming district for travelers, maintaining a low rate of violent crime due to a heavily industrious business focused local population. The local police department operates specialized stations across urban areas to handle civil order and safety. The primary safety concerns are environmental and traffic related. Pedestrians must exercise extreme caution on highway due to high speed truck traffic, and people with pre-existing respiratory issues should limit prolonged exposure to heavy industrial zones. Morbi is intricately bound to global and domestic supply lines, maintaining a symbolic relationship with Rajasthan, from which it imports massive volumes of raw materials like raw clay and tali. On a global scale, it maintains deep ties with European ceramic capitals like Sassuolo in Italy and Castellón in Spain for machinery and design inputs. Conversely, its finished goods are shipped extending to major global transit hubs, allowing Morbi products to compete directly with manufacturers in China, Vietnam, and Turkey. An amazing aspect of Morbi's industrial evolution is that it originally started as a premier manufacturing hub for root tiles, Nalaya, and mechanical winding checks, famously under brands like Agenda and Orpat, before pivoting fully into state of the art ceramics. Geographically, the city is built entirely on the banks of the Machu River, which has deeply shaped its history, resilience, and urban planning. The town's unique architectural landscape reflects a distinct blend of European Gothic styles mixed seamlessly with the traditional Rajput design elements ordered by its visionary past ruler Sir Lakdirji Wagji. Morbi stands as an inspiring monument to pure grit, grassroots capitalism, and sheer industrial adaptability. From surveying devastating historical floods to pushing past intense modern fuel crisis, its businesses community continually reboots itself to review dominance on the global economic stage. For any business professional, industrialist, or traveler, a visit to this buzzing cluster provides an unforgettable look at the sheer muscle of India's manufacturing future. The Morbi ceramic ecosystem has recently faced intense operational pressure due to geopolitical instability disrupting international propane supply chains, prompting a massive industry-wide production halt earlier this year. To combat volatile energy pricing and high overhead costs, the Morbi Ceramic Manufacturers Association has officially introduced a price hike of 10% to 20% on wall and vitrified tiles alongside a mandatory 10% advance payment policy for dealers. On the governance side, the newly upgraded Morbi Municipal Corporation has also seen leadership transactions with the appointment of Uttam Surani as the new mayor to oversee the city's expanding urban development. Now, questions and answers. Why is Morbi called the ceramic capital of India? Morbi earns this title because it hosts over 600 ultra modern manufacturing units that collectively produce approximately 80% to 90% of India's total ceramic tiles, sanitary ware, and industrial surface. What are the main cash crops cultivated in the rural zones of Morbi? The primary cash crops grown by farmers in the district are cotton, groundnut, and sesame, which thrive in the region's semi-arid climate and rich black soil. Which major ports handle the massive volume of exports leaving Morbi? Most of Morbi's global ceramic shipments are routed through the highly connected deep water ports at Mundra and Kandla, as well as the local port at Nowlakhi. What recent fuel crisis impacted the factories in Morbi? Geopolitical tensions disrupted international propane and LPG supply lines, forcing a major production halt and pushing factories to rapidly adopt to costlier piped natural gas (PNG). Is alcohol legally permitted for travelers visiting Morbi? No. Gujarat is a strictly dry state. However, out of state and international visitors can legally buy and consume alcohol by securing an official liquor permit online or via authorized hotels. What is deemed permission under the town planning rules applicable in Morbi? Under the Gujarat Town Planning Act, if the municipal corporation fails to respond to a property development application within 3 months, permission is legally deemed granted. What serious occupational health hazard is monitored in Morbi's factories? Scoliosis, a chronic and debilitating lung disease caused by long-term inhalation of fine silica dust, is a major focus of labor rights and workplace safety regulations. What unique product did Morbi specialize in before becoming a ceramic giant? Before transitioning to modern ceramic tiles, Morbi was universally famous for manufacturing clay roof tiles, nalia, and mechanical quartz wall clocks. What is the current mayor of the Who is the current mayor of the Morbi Municipal Corporation? The newly appointed mayor overseeing the municipal administration and urban infrastructure project in Morbi is Uttam Surani. What new payment terms have manufacturers due to recent inflation? To cope with soaring fuel costs and protect liquidity, manufacturers have enforced a strict cash and carry policy requiring 10% advance payment from distributors. Thank you for seeing this video. Please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you.